The ability to do work, energy. Energy is what powers movement and change in everything around us. Imagine you're trying to push a heavy shopping cart up a steep hill at the grocery store. Just like you need strength and effort to move the cart against gravity, energy in science is the capability required to perform tasks or cause change. The effort you put into pushing the cart is akin to energy, as both are necessary to overcome resistance and accomplish work, whether it's moving a cart or powering a machine. The energy of an object that is stretched or compressed. Elastic potential energy. It is the stored energy in objects that can return to their original shape after being deformed, like a stretched rubber band. Imagine you're trying to fit all your clothes into a suitcase that's just a bit too small. Just like you squish and compress your clothes to make everything fit, storing potential energy in the squeezed items, when you stretch or compress a spring, it also stores energy. The force you use to pack the suitcase tightly is akin to the force applied to stretch or compress the spring, with both scenarios involving stored energy that can be released, whether it's the suitcase popping open or the spring snapping back to its original shape. The energy of an object due to its height above Earth's surface. Gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy is the energy stored in an object because it is elevated above the ground. Imagine trying to carry a heavy grocery bag up a flight of stairs. Just like how lifting the bag requires effort and energy due to its weight and the height you're lifting it to, gravitational potential energy is the energy an object possesses because of its position above the ground. In both cases, the higher you lift the bag or the object, the more energy is stored. The bag represents the object, the stairs represent the height, and your effort mirrors the concept of gravitational potential energy that increases with elevation. The energy of a moving object, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy an object has because of its motion. Imagine you're trying to push a heavy shopping cart that's already in motion. Just like how the moving cart requires less effort to keep rolling than to start from rest, an object in motion possesses kinetic energy, which is the energy due to its movement. In this analogy, the initial push you give to the cart represents the force needed to overcome inertia, while the cart's continued motion is akin to the kinetic energy that keeps an object moving once it has already started. States that energy cannot be created or destroyed. Law of conservation of energy. Energy can change forms, but the total amount always stays the same. Imagine you're trying to juggle the demands of work, family, and personal time throughout the week. Just like you can't magically create more hours in a day, energy in the universe can't be created or destroyed. In both cases, it's about managing and redistributing what's already there, whether it's your time or energy, ensuring nothing is lost, just transferred or transformed from one form to another. The sum of the kinetic and the potential energy of an object. Mechanical energy. In simple terms, mechanical energy is the energy that an object has because of its motion or position. Imagine you're trying to balance your monthly budget between spending and saving. This is similar to how mechanical energy works, as it combines two different forms: kinetic energy, like your immediate spending, and potential energy, like your savings. Just as you need to manage both your expenses and savings to maintain financial stability, mechanical energy is the sum of an object's kinetic energy, its motion, and potential energy, its stored energy, ensuring the total energy remains constant in a system. The energy an object has from its position or condition, like a ball on a hill or a stretched spring. Potential energy is stored energy in an object due to its position or state. Imagine you're holding a grocery bag at the top of a staircase, debating whether to carry it down or leave it for later. This decision is similar to the concept of potential energy, because just as the bag has potential to move down the stairs, objects have energy stored due to their position or condition. In this case, the grocery bag is like a ball on a hill. Both have energy ready to be released due to their elevated positions, and choosing when to release that energy, whether by carrying the bag down or letting the ball roll, is up to you. The energy released when the nuclei of atoms are split or combined. Nuclear energy. It is the powerful energy generated in the core of an atom when tiny particles are split apart or fused together. Imagine trying to open a tightly sealed jar of pickles. When you finally succeed, there's a sudden release of pressure. Similarly, nuclear energy involves the release of energy when the nuclei of atoms are split, like opening the jar, or combined. Just as the pressure buildup in the jar is released and can knock the lid off with force, the energy stored in atomic nuclei is unleashed when they're split apart or fused together, powering everything from electricity plants to the sun itself. An energy source made of the remains of organisms that lived long ago, like coal or oil. Fossil fuel is a natural fuel formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals buried over millions of years. Imagine cleaning out your refrigerator and finding ingredients that have been sitting there for a long time, like leftover vegetables that have slowly turned into compost. This situation is similar to how fossil fuels are formed, where the remains of plants and animals from millions of years ago have transformed into energy sources like coal or oil. Just as those forgotten vegetables have decomposed and changed over time into something new, the ancient organic matter has undergone a natural process, turning into fossil fuels that we use today for energy. A natural resource that is consumed faster than it can be created is called a non-renewable resource. In simple terms, non-renewable resources like coal and oil can't be replaced quickly once they're used up. Imagine you're at a party with a limited number of snacks, and everyone is eating them faster than they can be replenished. This situation is similar to how non-renewable resources work. They are used up at a pace faster than nature can produce them. Just like how the snacks will eventually run out because they're being consumed faster than they can be restocked, non-renewable resources like coal, oil, and natural gas deplete quickly because we use them faster than they naturally form. A resource that is replaced by nature more quickly than it is consumed is a renewable resource. In simple terms, a renewable resource is something like sunlight or wind that we can use repeatedly because nature keeps making more of it. Imagine you have a smartphone that charges faster than you can use up the battery. This scenario is similar to renewable resources, which are replenished by nature more quickly than we can consume them. Just as your phone stays powered because the charger replenishes battery life faster than your usage drains it, renewable resources like solar or wind energy are naturally replenished at a rate that exceeds our consumption, ensuring a sustainable supply.